This is Neil Ratner Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock with support from Transcend and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcend, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. On August 20th, 1979, Bob Dylan released the album Slow Train Coming, his first album following his conversion to evangelical Christianity. Dylan's moment of truth came about at a show in San Diego in November of 1978. According to Bob, towards the end of the show, someone out in the crowd knew I wasn't feeling too well, and they threw a silver cross on the stage. Now, usually I don't pick things up in front of the stage. Once in a while I do, but I looked down at that cross. I said, I gotta pick that up. So I picked up the cross and I put it in my pocket. And I brought it backstage, and I brought it with me to the next town, which was out in Arizona. Dylan put the cross on while in a Tucson hotel room, and he experienced a literal visitation from Jesus Christ, a presence that, according to Bob, couldn't have been anybody but Jesus. Fellow band members, including Bone Burnett, had already joined a Christian organization called the Vineyard Fellowship, and Dylan soon followed. Under the guidance of the Vineyard Fellowship, as Pastor Bill Dwyer and songwriter and fellowship member Al Kasher relate, Dylan was asked to attend a comprehensive Bible study course 4 nights a week for 3 months.
He sacrificed a lot to come. All of the students did. It was a 3-month commitment to go through the first semester, and many people took off from their jobs to do this. I know that he had invitations to go do tours at that time, and he turned them down. It was a lot of money, and quite honestly, from my perspective, I thought, gee, couldn't the Lord be better served if he went on tour and gave the money to God? But he made a sacrifice to learn the Bible.
I think he wrote some of Slow Train Coming at my house. I remember when he came in with a guitar and he said, can I sit in front of your fireplace? And my wife and I went to sleep. And I said, here's the key, and when you leave the house, leave the house. And he was writing some songs. A lot of songwriters are into that. The presence of a room makes them feel comfortable, or a certain place. It's a kind of, I don't want to be super hip, but a vibe about it. This is where I'm going to write some songs. So he started writing.
So was Dylan's accepting of Jesus more connected to creative well-being or personal salvation?
I think in the beginning it's always personal salvation. I think he felt great about being reinvigorated and writing about this. It was a whole new world to him. Something turns you in your life and it's a new revelation. God, I never thought about writing about it. Now he has a world of books to look at, from Isaiah to Job. It just goes on, and every one of those stories is a great story. Cecil B. DeMille said if you take any page out of the Old Testament, you can make a picture of it.
Jerry Wexler agreed to produce Bob's album, although he was unaware of the nature of the material that awaited him. According to Wexler, I had no idea he was on this born-again Christian trip until he started to evangelize me. I said, Bob, you're dealing with a 62-year-old confirmed Jewish atheist. I'm hopeless. Let's just make an album. All right, let's listen. From the album, Slow Train Coming, Bob Dylan and Gotta Serve Somebody.